Here we go. All right, welcome to episode, I think this is 3. My memory is so crap that I can't keep track of things. Episode 3 of the Genesis podcast. My name is James, or jamerjamez for short, and I'm joined by the usual suspects. Travis, if you want to say hi.
You know me, love me.
Okay, that's doubtable. Iron Man. And we also got Veal.
Yo, what's good, everybody? And I love it.
Yo ho. But also, we're gonna, since it's our SummerSlam, we figured we'd bring on our first guest of the podcast, the PWG owner and operator, and the man who is pretty much the glue to everything around here. His name's Adam, like a scrub, but we'll call him Color because I don't feel nice calling him Adam. How are you doing, Color?
I'm doing good, and I'm honored to be the very first guest of the Genesis podcast.
I mean, you're the owner. I kind of, felt obliged to get you on here before you started firing me. Exactly. So, since there's an additional person added to the fray here, we are going to skip the pre-show for now, just for time's sake, just to touch on them. We got Cedric Alexander taking on Mankind and Shayna Baszler taking on Nikki Cross. 2 matches, I'm sure, if done, will be very good. Get your matches done, even if you're on the pre-show. 2 times SP is nothing to sleep on. But we will hop right in to Blockbuster, our SummerSlam pay-per-view, with the PWG Championship match. Johnny Gargano taking on the champion, Kevin Owens. But the big caveat being Edge, the special guest enforcer. Well, since you're our guest, we'll have the inaugural take. What's your thoughts about this match? Who do you have and why? Color?
Sure, so Owens finally winning the big one last pay-per-view, I think, is a great early Oh My God of the Year nomination.
Yes.
So very, very happy to see that. And what it's meant for Owens' character development, going from his face turn to getting his redemption, so to speak, even kind of quickly. But I think he's done a very well job running with that. And as far as Gargano goes, he went from a fan favorite to forming the Vile Blackhearts to eventually destroying them. And then he wasn't able to cope with all of his failed chances at winning the PWG Championship, and drove himself to join the Church of Rollins.
The damn Church of Rollins.
Now,
so who do you got?
Now he's hopefully on a final redemption arc.
Hopefully.
That could end with the second world title reign, so we'll see how that goes. But with Edge as the enforcer, given the deep personal history that he has with both of these guys, I think it's going to be it's very toss-up. But my pick is for Kevin Owens to retain.
Ooh.
Storytelling.
I mean, Travis, even with Edge and looming in the background, do you agree with Color?
I actually don't. I mean, Kevin Owens has been, as I've sung his praises countless times on this podcast and also on the website. See it right there, maybe a little tab. But when it comes to Johnny Gargano, I just feel like he's the underdog always. Like he can't play the Johnny Gargano character better. Johnny Gargano always comes out, shows up at the moments you don't expect. Who would expect Johnny Gargano to capture his 2nd world championship, ending the Rocky Balboa story of Kevin Owens? I think it's going to happen.
And for the first time on the Genesis podcast, we're going to have a tiebreaker vote. Veal, who's your pick going in, and anything else that wasn't been touched on?
Well, these men both, of course, covered everything gracefully as possible, but unfortunately I cannot vote for Edge. So with that in lieu, I think I'm going to have to go for not the pig Kevin Owens. So I'll be voting for Johnny Gargano, unfortunately, if I had to pick one of these 2 disgusting, vile human beings.
Look, but Kevin Owens is on a redemptive arc. Wow.
They don't deserve to ride in a Lamborghini with me, Drew, Edge, and Mr. Buffer. They're not allowed. They're lame.
2-seater.
And so from feuds that have been long brewing to an explosive turn of events with the Women's Tag Team Championships. We got Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan taking on the Royal Reckoning. Travis, this feud's been very quick to build, but very personal in the past 2 weeks. Who do you got?
You know, you always want to go for the underdog. You always want to see the underdog story. You're not used to calling Ruby Riott an underdog, but I think her and Liv, the new tag team, the new force to be reckoned with. But Lacey and Charlotte have run through this division countless times to the point where they're almost like beating the same people over and over and over again. I think it's just like voting against the Patriots with Bill Belichick. Lacey and Charlotte are going to come out here and they're going to do what they do, and they're going to win again.
Harsh. I see how it is. I see that. Veal, I mean, do you see this as the underdog story, or is there a different spin to this?
I would have to actually completely disagree with him, which might take some of you by surprise. See, as a tag team specialist like myself, I don't appreciate the Royal Reckoning.
Yep.
Charlotte and Lacey. I don't appreciate them disrespecting Bailey and Banks like that, how they did us. So I'm gonna go for the OP team. Y'all even called about the Patriots. That's actually Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. So I'm gonna go with the pink-green combination, kiwi strawberry, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan for the dub. You heard it here first.
I guess we're gonna go with the tiebreaker vote. I feel like we're gonna have a tiebreaker vote in all of these because you guys are flip-floppy. I'm kidding. But Color, your thoughts? Who's winning? Who's walking out with the Women's Tag Team Championships?
Well, unlike my cohort here, Veal, I can take the bias out of things. see the facts as they are, and I'm gonna tout the line Iron Man did with Ruby and Liv. This is only their third tag team match now, I believe.
Correct.
Going 1-1 against Moose and Jax, winning the bigger one, becoming the contenders. Now, while it is only their third match together, they have bonded a lot outside the ring, arguably even more than Lacey and Charlotte have. So I think they're gonna have to rely on that chemistry together to overcome Lacey and Charlotte, who are now the veterans of the division. I believe they're the longest reigning champs now.
Yes, they are.
So they went from upstart first-time tag team at the beginning of the season. Now they're the big kahunas, and I think something's got to give here. And my pick is Royal Reckoning to retain in a hard-fought match.
It's not a bad look. But we're gonna go from feud, quite possibly one of the bigger matches on the card, to a game changer, the lottery ladder match. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna touch on the men's here, and then we'll do the women's later on in the card. But first time ever lottery ladder match. World Championship for the men, a minor championship, or get booted from your brand. So Andrade, EC3, Braun Strowman, and The Rock. Very quickly, who do you got and why Austin?
We got three different options, three different briefcases, another ladder match specialist. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with the wild card here. You know what I mean? I think Braun Strowman's gonna get the world title opportunity. Just gonna throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Andrade's gonna get the boot. He's gonna go to Revolt. He's gonna come back over because him and AJ Styles can't stay away like estranged lovers. They gonna get back together and make things happen. And I think the young upstart returning back, EC3 is gonna get the minor title match.
All right, Travis.
Well, considering I'm the opposite, and I'm going to say right now I'm probably the worst person in ladder matches in this whole league. Take this with a grain of salt. I'm going with the world title, going to The Rock, who's been treating the EVO Championship as if it's the world title, so it only makes sense.
Very true.
Minor championship, I'm going with Mr. Andrade. I think that Andrade's proven himself countless times to come out in clutch situations, but I think he'll get it at that point. And then in the one-on-one match, I'm going with Braun Strowman. EC3 is the new standout. He's got things going with the EVO Championship, but Braun Strowman has done that and arguably more. So I'm going with those three. I think Braun Strowman's going to get the boot.
Yeah. 2 winners, a loser, and a major loser. Color, who are your what's your dream list when it comes to the winners in this match?
I'll say I think EC3 is going to be the only one to not win a case in this matchup.
Okay.
Even though he's a former IC champ and he burst back into PWG quickly by capturing the Evo title, I just don't think this is his time against these other three to make it. Now, as far as fantasy goes, who wins what? I'd like to see The Rock get a world title shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say Andrade get a mid-card shot, get lead the division, elevate the IC title, and Strowman to get the boot.
Get the boot. Go to Fury if they'll have them.
Go to Fury, and we'll probably have to get some trades going to even things out.
Definitely going to be an interesting time. Yeah, 1000%. We'll touch on the match a little bit later on with the women, because this match, huge implications going on in the future of PWG, both men and women. But we will continue on down the card. The Battle of the Mats. The United States Championship on the line. Hardy, Riddle. Color, who do you got and why?
Yes, the Matt Squareds. Matt Hardy's been very, very impressive in the short time.
Yes.
In the singles run here. I believe this is his first singles run in the company.
Since 18, I'm pretty sure. Bobby Roode and Matt Hardy had that little bit of a stint.
Yeah. And but nonetheless, he's been impressive both on the mic and the ring, and he's made his case in a very, very short time as a breakout star candidate. With this huge main event tag performance on Revolt against Riddle and Styles.
I mean, 6 unassisted kickouts. It was crazy.
Yeah, Cole was there too. There was about 6 kickouts, and he got his team to win. So it's doesn't get much more impressive statement that you're here in the main events than that. And as far as Riddle, he's another breakout star potential. He's had some good rubs, both against and teaming with AJ Styles. I think they got the match of the night honors in both of those. One in the women's effort.
Good trivia.
Sky's the limit for the kid, as long as he can just promo as much as he partakes in the ganja.
Definitely interesting. Good fact with Matt Riddle, he actually has pinned both members of the main event of Adam and AJ in singles competition. So it should be very interesting to see how he handles Matt Hardy. Battle of the Mats. Travis, who do you got and why?
I'm going to make a quick correction. It's actually Mat Tres, because there's a mat that they're going to fight on while they're mats. But if I had to make a prediction here between... Well, we always like to call it the mid-card title, but we always like to throw around the word future main eventer. You get this championship, you're going to go to the main event scene. Well, these guys have been in the main event scene, and they've beaten main eventers, as you've said. So this, I think, is going to be not just the show stealer, but also to show who's going to make it permanently in that main event scene. And I got Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy exploded on the scene with this new singles run, as Color said. He is quite possibly one of the most durable, and had another match of the night against Finn Balor on the go-home show of Revolt that was absolutely standout, I must say.
All right. And Veal, I mean, Battle of the Mats. Who do you got?
Yeah, this is going to be a very highly anticipated matchup, as we've seen. We got Broken, V1, Tornado slapping Matt Hardy, taking on Matthew Riddle. These guys pretty much said all there is to say. I'm going to go with the prediction. We'll go with the bold claim. Matt Hardy's walking out with the championship, new champ, and Matthew Riddle is going to make his way to the world title. Up next, that's my prediction.
I mean, both, or Matt definitely, or Matt, Jesus, hello brain. Matt Riddle definitely deserves something for the run he's been on. Some more RPs, some more of that magic, and he'll definitely be up there.
I'll just say I didn't get my pick in. I'm going contrarian here to keep it going, so I'm choosing Matt Riddle to retain.
Ooh, nice. All right. And we'll move from the Battle of the Mats to the Battle of the TTC, and as someone who's known to be a tag team wrestler. It's nice to see a TTC match that is a feud on the card, non-title, Superior taking on the New Day. We all have some experience here in the TTC.
It's the first TTC feud not involving the title.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in a long time. I do recall actually. I think last Blockbuster, there was like Breezango and the Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, but like not in a long time. So it is very nice to see a feud TTC match. Well done to the four of you guys, Akio, Berserk, Joe, and Alex. Veal, I mean, number one, TTC feud, hell yeah. Number two, Hootie on why.
Of course, I said earlier, I am a self-proclaimed and big word, tag team specialist. You know what I mean? So, we got one hand, we got the so sophisticated, Rick Ross, maybe let out entrance Superior. They've been beasting, they've been showing they're better. Or we got the pancake eating, booty slapping, rump shaking New Day. It's going to be two different worlds coming to a clash, a culture clash, if you will. But I think I'm going to give New Day the edge in this one because I like pancakes.
Travis, me and you, longest reigning tag team champions. Plug. We all had the longest single reign, not for long because Bailey's coming up. But right, so nice to see a feud TTC, right?
Oh, without a doubt. Actually putting some eyes on the tag team division and not making them just look like, hey, we got another character to wrestle with. And the New Day and the Superior, like Beal said, are quite possibly the biggest opposites in the division. We've seen some crazy things from these two teams. Things such as the New Day actually being offered a chance, or Biggie, I should say, to join the Superiors, as well as the New Day blowing up the Superiors' mansion. The mansion is gone. Thankfully, the Steeds are okay. But you don't do that to Superiors.
Who do you got and why?
Superior. You don't do that because the Superior, just like Lacey and Charlotte, are tag team specialists, and the Superior are going to come out here with that big win.
Ooh, all right. And then Color, obviously, Cool Kyle, I believe the only three-time champion of the era. I know there are a couple of three-time champions still with other tag teams, but tag team specialists and yourself. I want you to answer two questions. One, who do you have and why? And two, which team scares you the most when it comes to era's competition in the TTC?
So I will have to say I'm going with Superior to win, and that is because they've only had one loss to a tag team since joining the TTC this season, and that is to Era. So I know them well. They're tough, very tough people to beat, and so that's why my answer is the same. For the first question is the second. They're definitely who would scare me the most, being in the Era.
Yeah, but definitely, nonetheless, either team could make major runs for that championship. All it takes is one match.
And I also wanted to touch on real quick, I've enjoyed how they've gotten a lot of the TTC division involved in their feud on segments over the course of everything. The mansion part promo was really good stuff from everybody.
Yeah, 1000%. It's always nice.
I was sad to see the mansion go.
I feel like I've been tooting an old horn, but it's just so nice to see a TTC feud. More of this, please, guys. PWG, step up when it comes to these tag matches, because it's a division that could definitely use some work.
Yeah.
But from a division that could use some work, from a highly contested Intercontinental Championship division, we got Keith Lee, who, don't let him fall into the foreshadows. I know we have some long reigns, but Keith Lee has been a pretty dominant champion, defending his belt against Drew McIntyre. We'll start with you, Travis. I mean, Keith Lee, he's got another monster ahead of him.
I've had the pleasure of facing both of them, and I gotta say that they're two of some of the most underrated people in PWG. And when it comes to the Battle of the Brutes, though, you got two very different styles of it. You got the heavy hitter in Drew McIntyre, Member of the anti-establishment with Michael Buffer singing his praises. Then you got Keith Lee, big, strong man who does it all on his own. I gotta say, I respect that, and that's why I'm going with Keith Lee here tonight to retain and to continue this underrated reign of dominance.
Interesting. Veal, obviously you don't agree with Keith Lee winning.
Yes, my cohort is a donut, so don't listen to what he says. My boy Michael Buffer's, you know what I'm saying, esteemed superstar, Drew McIntyre, has been an excellent breath of air to PWG and Fury as a whole. I had the pleasure of working with him in a tag match to defeat that pig Kevin Owens and Keith Lee, a couple weeks back. And I have to say, I just can't see a world where Drew McIntyre just doesn't win. It's just a guarantee. It's gonna happen.
Oh, you're so biased. Color, breath of fresh air, me here. I mean, two honestly underrated RPers, and two people who, when given the opportunity, are quite good in the sticks. Who do you got and why?
It's a very tough one. Keith Lee, I think, is another front runner for breakout star of the year. He's already captured the Evo title. I believe he won on his first night.
First night, yeah.
And now he's had a very nice IC title run, and this is all his rookie year. And Drew, I think, has been on arguably his most impressive run yet in PWG. He's had a few start and stops going on, but this is his first chance at a new Drew title, and I think the Scottish Terminator is gonna deliver and bring home the gold for the anti-establishment.
Ooh.
Genius.
Yeah, I never try to agree with Veal on a moral standpoint, but I do get it sometimes. But from title matches to fighting for a little bit of pride, we have Ronda Rousey taking on Natalya. This match, seemingly Natalya brought this on to herself. Color, do you want to touch base on this match?
Yeah, so I'll say Natalya has a lot of balls for answering Ronda Rousey's open challenge. Despite the daunting task it is to defeat Cal, especially with Ronda, Natty Jaw doesn't ever back down from the challenge. So he wants to go at the best each and every week, and I think that's something that is pretty admirable. So with that said, I still don't think it's going to be enough, and I think Ronda Rousey's going to win. I just hope that she'll realize now that it's going to take more than just impressive wins to reclaim that title that she forfeited last year. And
very true.
She may be the last great hope to end Bayley's reign of terror.
Travis, Natalya incredibly smart or incredibly brash when challenging Ronda Rousey?
I call it a genius move. You get your name in the deck of cards, and all of a sudden you're in a hand. But it's not the hand you want to be in. This might not be a winning hand. Ronda Rousey is dominant, destructive, mean, and a little bit of a Deadpool fourth wall breaker. I gotta go with Ronda Rousey. Sorry, Natty. I love underdog stories, but usually I gotta use my head on this one, and you're gonna get your arm snapped.
Ooh, brazen words. Veal, I mean, are we gonna go three for three here, or do you believe in seemingly the underdog and not Natalya?
My partner here wanted to mention cards. I know that got Color a little bit excited over there, but I'm gonna go against the grain. Ronda Rousey, she's been a great RPer over like the last month or so. I'm really loving Cal's work, and it's been great to see him getting back to promo with Ronda. But you know what I'm saying? Natalya is defending the honor of her friend Dana Brooke. She was injured. We cannot just push that to the side. Natalya's gonna come out of here like she's shot out of a cannon, Bret Hart style, and whoop this woman, Ronda Rousey, and get the biggest upset in PWG this year. Mark it on the calendar. It's gonna happen.
All right, Booker Veal. All right, it's okay. Relax.
Yeah.
But from one feud to another, we got Daniel Bryan taking on Finn Balor. Kind kind of Daniel Bryan's kind of lost his way, it seems, and a more aggressive side of him. Travis, you have a couple of insights on this match?
I do, actually. Arguably the two greatest Evo champions of all time, longest reigns, and got some of the most eyes on the championship here. But Finn Balor has moved on to greener pastures. Multiple time United States champion. But this ain't about gold. This is about respect. Daniel Bryan, on the other hand, seems to lack that respect. A little bit of aggression and anger in his words for not getting the opportunities he feels he's owed, and I think that he is going to get just what he deserves, and that is a win here tonight against Mr. Balor. Not a Demonville. Still not.
Yeah, he's still not a Demonville. Do you have not a Demon Balor or not a Demon Bryan winning this match?
I was just gonna say I've been on the demon tracker, the demon scanner, and it still say he's not a demon, so we good there. But again, my cohort don't know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? He's coming out here making all these statements. Oh, Daniel Bryan's got a mean mug on, man. That doesn't matter. You know what Finn Balor has because he's not a demon? Heart. He's not gonna come out here and let Daniel Bryan put a whooping on him. He's gonna defend himself and show why he's one of the brightest stars PWG has. He's gonna win tonight and put down this GOAT for good. Mark it down. Finn Balor wins.
So much passion and anger. I love it. And Color, to round out your opinion here on this match, and who do you have and why?
Well, I'm gonna have to immediately hop out and take a shower after I agree to wheel for the second time in a row. Yeah. But I think this is the feud no one knew they wanted. I didn't know really what to expect between these two guys, but I think they did really good work, all things considered. I loved how the feud started, actually with them having a wrestling match one-on-one. And,
yes.
With a rope break, unseen to add fuel to the fire. I thought it was a very good way to protect them and actually have a feud start off more traditionally than many do. With that being said, Finn Balor, he's a fellow Bullet Club member, near and dear to my heart, and it's been awesome to see Finn grow into his greatest form yet with Akio behind the keyboard and the sticks. So I'm gonna have to pick Bullet Club for life and go with Finn Balor.
I mean, some say you're just as biased as Austin. I mean, just some say. But we'll step away from the feud matches here for a bit and then go into some tag team competition. The TTC showing off its title prowess with Breezango making their kind of debut back into the tag team title shot, going up against the Mustache Mandem or Mountain, whatever you want to call them. I don't even think me or Veal know exactly what our tag team name is. Defending the tag team championships. We'll start off with you, Color. Who do you got and why?
So Breezango, they're one of only two teams to hold the tag titles 3 times, and this is now their shot to become only 4-time tag champion history, and arguably make it no longer a debate about who's the GOATs of the TTC. And I think history is going to be denied this time, and going to be denied at their expense, and men are going to pull it off. They're not ready to lay down yet.
Veal, we have the support of our leader. Yes.
We won.
If you haven't noticed, I'm picking a lot of retains.
I mean, hey, it's inevitable. It's like Thanos.
Less work.
Less work for me. Oh, please, thank God. Travis, tag team championships on the line. Do Breezango make history?
Well, I'm somebody who likes to see some mix-ups. I like to see some wild things happening. I like to see history made. Sorry, JJ, I think you're going to do some more work. Breezango, we're going to etch their names into the history books as the GOATs of the TTC by beating the Mustache Mountain in what was arguably one of the best tag team showings in a long time from a tag team when they earned match of the night against what was rumored to be the Street Profits' last match. I think Breezango are more proven, and I think the vets are going to show out the rookies here tonight.
And Veal, obviously, me and you are biased, so we know who we're picking. But
Yes.
we look forward to the match, and it should be a good one.
I will say one thing to counter Iron Man's point is Tyler and Trent both won their singles matches, so
Yeah, very
Ooh,
true.
true.
put the two one and one together.
Equals
I
3.
think they got the confidence they needed to pull off the upset.
But
Good
we'll
point. Good point.
quickly hop over to from one underrated division to another, the Evo Championship on the line in a Hell in a Cell match. I believe the first time ever for the Evo Championship. Buddy Murphy, the hardcore icon, defending against The Rock, who thinks the Evo Championship is the PWG Championship. But you know what? You gotta love the confidence. If you have the belt, you have the accolade, treated like that's the only thing in the world. What are your thoughts, Austin? We'll start with you.
Well, as a self-proclaimed Evo division specialist, you got to look at The Rock here. He's had the number advantage throughout this whole thing with his goons, the Usos, or the Goosos, if you will. Having his back this whole time, that's not going to matter when they locked in the cage. They're going to rumble in the jumble, Muhammad Ali style. The Rock's not going to have his goons. He's the bigger, the stronger, more momentum man, but I'm going to say not so fast. Murph, the Aussie All-Star. The man whose work I love no matter what he does is going to defeat this man inside Hell in a Cell and reclaim that Evo Championship. Color, pen it down. It's happening.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll hop right over the color. I mean, you've been challenged to pen it down. What are your thoughts?
Well, this bad blood has been brewing between these two superstars for months now. They had a very brutal tables match at Fortune, where Rock lost and had a shocking heel turn following it. I think Murphy's controlled chaos has been impressive, whether he wins or loses, and he's become the new face of hardcore in PWG. Digging it very much, and with him on a match of the night hot streak, and Murphy in the confines of the Hell in the Cell, I think this is a dark horse sleeper pick to steal the show.
It could very well be, yeah.
So as far as my pick goes, I had Buddy Murphy down as the new champion, but I can't bring myself to agree with Veal for a third time. So I'm going with The Rock to retain.
Yes! I love disagreements. Travis, does Buddy Murphy become the second two-time Evo champion?
Man, this is hard. I get to pick between... I said that Finn Balor and Daniel Bryan brought the most eyes to the Evo Championship, but they didn't treat it with the level of respect that The Rock does. The Rock is showing this thing on talk shows, on interviews. He's walking the red carpet with it. I mean, who would have thought the Evo Championship would get that kind of coverage? But Buddy Murphy has the trainings and teachings of Dean Ambrose. He showed that when he defeated Samoa Joe at Grandstand, and he's shown that when he defeated The Rock in a tables match. This ain't just about bad blood. It's about championship gold. If he's going to follow in the footsteps of Dean Ambrose, I'm going with Buddy Murphy to win that Evo Championship. Do what Dean couldn't do and have an actual ring with it.
Ooh. Self-burns. You gotta love it. Going quickly over to the World Women's Championship, a woman who has the chance to walk out with 2 belts at the end of this pay-per-view, Ruby Riott, defending her World Women's Championship against Bliss's tag team partner, Nia Jax, going back-to-back with the tag team here. We'll start off with you, Travis. Who do you got and why?
You got the Tom Brady of the women's division. Like going to the Patriots, but Ruby Riott has proven time and time again there's consistency, and there's Ruby Riott. She's always in the main scene. She's always making waves, but she's facing Nia Jax, a woman who has beaten her non-title. Fun fact for you. And, man, to go against the odds-on favorite is hard, so I'm not going to do it. I think Ruby Riott is going to defeat Nia Jax here tonight, continue her reign, and show exactly why this demonic woman has been on top for as long as she has.
Color, you got faith in your partner?
I do. Nia Jax has been on a dominant run, especially in singles competition. I believe she's only lost once or twice total. She did win Ruby's Gauntlet, albeit as the last entry. nonetheless, she also defeated Ruby their only time they faced each other this season. But Ruby did just pin Naya a couple short weeks ago in that tag team contendership match. So I have the momentum dead even right now. But after everything Ruby Riott has gone through with the 7 deadly sins, everything she had to do to get rid of pride, had to go through literal hell to redeem herself and win the World Women's Championship in the process. I can't see her letting it go of it yet, despite the huge threat that Nia is. So I got Ruby Riott retaining.
And to feed into the analogy, do you believe in the Patriots and Ruby Riott? I don't want to be compared to the Patriots. Feel or do you got Nia?
Although myself and Rez might be the two of the only Nia Jax fans in this league and maybe in the wrestling world, I can't bet against one of my favorite RPers and just rises of a character I've seen in a long time. Ruby Riott is just one of those guarantees, like death taxes, and Ruby's gonna do something and be successful. So I can't bet against the champ. Color, something with betting, you always go with the smart hand, right? So I'm betting my money on Ruby because Color told me to.
All right, perfect. Thanks, guys. Your PayPal money will be sent to you in a couple of minutes for putting me over like that.
Oh.
All right, but from title matches to matches for women's pride, I guess, definitely when it comes to becoming someone's bitch, Nikki Bella versus Sasha Banks, things got personal hella quick. We'll start with you, Color. I mean, this feud's been extremely personal, extremely quickly.
Yeah, I believe this is only the second ever loser becomes a winner's bitch match.
Yes, very specific, but very, very true. The only second one, yes.
And Sasha Banks was in the first one.
It's Sasha Banks special, yes.
And she won it, so she got the edge here. I think she knows what's on the line, and she doesn't want to be nobody's bitch. So I think she has what it takes to rebound after her tough world title loss last pay-per-view, and she's gonna make it 2-0 and getting a bitch. Put back to but Nikki Bella is a former world champion in her own right, and she did just win the inaugural Women's Origin Rumble. So it's a tough call, but I'm going with the boss.
That's a very, very, very good choice. I mean, history does tend to repeat itself. Travis, as a former Sasha Banks, do you see history repeating itself?
Oh no. When it came to what happened and how this feud came about, Nikki Bella has been in control and in Sasha Banks' head. She's been kicking her with those Louis Vuittons she likes to talk about, and I believe she's going to do so yet again. Nikki Bella is brash, arrogant, and everything you need to do to succeed in this division. I want to see more Nikki Bella, and if that comes at the expense of Sasha Banks a little less, hey, I guess we got to roll with it.
Phil, I'm not going to ask for a prediction from you, but do you want to touch on very quickly about working with Nikki?
Of course, it's been an absolute pleasure to work with Riley. I think he really made his mark with the infamous Natalia and Nikki Bella feud pool sequence. We're just going to note on that, if you know, you know. But I really like to see new members kind of rise up to the rankings and hoping we get some more between Riley and Santa, and then obviously Isaac, Cord, and some of the other newer people that are going to make a name for themselves this year, but looking to help back and build some people up. So it's been a pleasure.
And we'll open up this next match with actually we'll do it with Color, since he's the only non-biased party in here.
Whack.
Two vets coming in and one winner allowed, Tommaso Ciampa and John Cena. You want to touch on this feud here, Color?
Yeah, sure. So this is a feud that is quickly giving the chronicles of AJ Cena a run for its money. It's another clash between two of the Fury's finest. Now, can the former PWG champ finally crack the code and get a win against Ciampa, or is this just going to be another notch in the Psycho Killer's belt? I'm gonna have to say notch it up. and Ciampa's going over once again.
Once again, even after the heel turn.
Bad guys never win.
Obviously, I won't ask for predictions from you, Veal, or you, Travis. But what does this feud mean to you guys?
Let Bill go first.
It means a lot. It might have a similar record to AJ Cena, for reference, but it's been a lot of fun working with Mr. Man of Iron here. He's always someone I enjoy working with, as we do a lot of work together, as a lot of you can probably tell at home. But, it's been a lot of fun regardless. That invoice for trashing my mansion is coming in the mail, though, just so you know. I want to give you a heads up.
But yeah, go ahead.
I'm used to usually being the vile villain in these type of scenarios. Kind of interesting to be the hero trying to rise up against the anti-establishment, and it's been a lot of fun. I usually work with the Veal on the same side, getting the Spectrum, getting to fight against him. I think we brought out some of the best work from each other in this feud, and with the multiple match of the nights we've gotten, I think that our work has shown that as well.
Definitely. And from a male's blood feud to a woman's blood feud, Kana, not Asuka, Kana, taking on Io Shirai in a Japanese death match, whatever the fuck that entails. I mean, Austin, talk about
personal. I added my notes too.
Talk about personal.
Yeah, ladies, let's keep the katanas and daggers at home. Whatever this death match entails, we don't need them around here. We'll leave it to the landmines. But this has been a feud that's been very back and forth, very rapid, fast-paced action. I've loved every second of it. NZ's been such a great Asuka, and Doom has really come into his own with Io Shirai, and it's been amazing to have someone, be able to replicate, I would say, star power-wise, what's going on with Io in real life. And I'm really excited to see if this is the spearhead of the tail end of the conclusion, how it's going to end with this feud, but I just hope there's no broken mechanics along the way.
Travis, I mean, you know stuff about blood feuds, especially with Asuka, formerly known as Asuka. Who do you got?
Well, since Veal didn't pick, I'll pick for him with my pick. Kind of torn here because I've worked with Asuka. I think Asuka is my toughest opponent I face on a consistency. That our championship match this year is a match of the year contender, but Io Shirai finally making her big impact with PWG, finally putting some eyes on herself. It's too tough to call. Revolt's got a lot of freaks on it. Demons, psychos with katanas, and Shane Kutcher show under control. Me and Veal select Io Shirai for the new upstart.
Veal, do you agree with that real quick?
I couldn't agree more.
All right.
There you go.
Are you making it 3 for 3 here, Color, or what we thinking?
So this is another match that's brewing now for months.
Yeah.
It's finally time we get these Japanese gems on our hands. So I'm also, after a rocky at best first 6 months to use PWG career, it's awesome to find her footing, and this is her first high-profile singles feud. So, with that said, and her bringing out a side of Asuka and Kana that PWG's never seen, I'm gonna go with Io Shirai and make it the first consensus pick.
Yeah. Screw you, NZ. I know you're watching this.
and Kana got the first one, so
True.
I want some nice WWE 50-50 booking. Have a rubber match going.
Now, this is where we kind of touch on the women's lottery ladder match. Now, let's not necessarily pick our winners, because that went on far too long. But let's talk about the prizes here. Obviously, women's championship shot for one of them. Queen of the Ring first round bye, which is huge. I mean, you get right into the tournament, second round, but you still also get fired. You're in this, Color. Are you scared about that fired case? Like, what's going through your mind?
I'm pulling for the fired case.
Oh, that's your prize.
That's my prize. I'm coming to Fury Someone's got to stop Bailey.
Ooh. Some say the antidote that Fury needs. But so maybe not a bad case up there for you. You're just looking to pull down something.
Yeah. Any of the three, I'm a winner.
Veal, risk worth the reward. I know I'm stealing a Money in the Bank tagline there.
Well, as a self-proclaimed ladder match specialist, I believe the risk is worth the reward in the lottery ladder match. That's the only thing it should be named as. But unfortunately for Alexa Bliss, she'll win nothing because Revolt is a Hotel California situation for her. She can check in, but she can never leave. She's getting nothing.
And Travis, I mean, nothing really much else to say other than good luck to these people, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've ever gotten a ladder match prediction correct, and I've never certainly won a ladder match. So I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna shut up. Good luck, Bliss. I want you to win, so that way you don't win.
I would like to see Dakota get the world case.
It would be very, yes. I can agree with that.
Dakota feud would be prime.
And we'll hop right into the last feud match of the night, dubbed as the 3 Stages of Hell, taking place in probably multiple dimensions. I mean, who knows when it comes to Revolt. Bray Wyatt taking on Aleister Black. Color, who do you got and why?
So this was a big-time matchup between two of Revolt's Body and World Division superstars. If they're right on the cusp right now, if not already in. So I think this is a very, very good feud, especially where they both stand. And I think the 3 Stages of Hell announcement, that shocked me. I mean, coming up so quick, but that makes it the toughest match of the night to pick for me personally. But I think it's a fitting name with 3 Stages of Hell and potential send off for this feud, given both the characters' natures, with the intensity, with this feud's intensity ending as quickly as it may begin. So I'll have to go out on a limb and say Bray Wyatt's going to overcome Aleister and his faction of followers, and he'll take it down to 2 stages to 1.
Ooh. Travis, do you agree?
Man, Revolt is scary. Like, jeez, can we get some normal people?
Never.
Okay, and more Battle of Freaks that would make Jim Cornette pop a blood vessel. I love this feud, love their work, but it ain't about me, it ain't about what I enjoy. This is about some violence. Who's going to win some violence? I'm going with Bray Wyatt. I think Bray Wyatt is going to have that little bit more edge than Aleister Black. Mr. Spooky Man himself is a fiend sometimes, a kid's TV show host sometimes, and sits in his rocking chair telling about propaganda other times. Aleister Black is Mr. Fortune. He's proven he can get it done, but Wyatt, a vet of this league and a winner of this match.
All right. 2-0 Veal, 2 unique men also. Do you make a sweep for NZ here, or do you have some faith in Aleister Berserk?
You see, I'm used to losing, so 2-1 ain't nothing to me. So to my 2 fellow co-hosts, I'd say congratulations, you played yourself. Aleister Black, since Berserk's got into one of my favorite characters, I'm waiting for someone to really take the reins with Aleister Black. Let this man rise to the ascension. And I think he's done just that. The reigning Mr. Fortune, I think he's going to win 2 out of the 3 stages. Obviously, it's how you win the match. 2 stages of broken mechanics, and he's going to walk out the W.
Walk out with the W. All right. On to the co-main event of the evening. And Color, I'm going to get your opinion on this match first, because I know your disdain for Bayley defending her championship against 1/3 of the Hive and Becky Lynch, or Scary Lynch, as a lot of people are calling her in the league. Who do you got and why, Color?
So Bayley's been on the longest singles title run in history, men's or women's. And,
Yes.
Reigns for the 7th time, I believe, at Blockbuster. It'll be the longest title reign in PWG history, period. Now, standing in her way is the last kicker, and one of the other four horsemen, Becky Lynch. And this season has no doubt been her best with Thor, as she won the Elimination Chamber and got her first world title. And after you get a taste of the belt, it never really goes away, and you're driven that much more for it. So, while Bayley may have won roughshod over the Fury's women division before the latest shakeup, the likes of Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans, shown the champ, can still be mortal some nights with their recent wins. However, I don't think lightning strikes twice here, and Bayley avenges her loss against Becky and breaks the record for the longest reigning champion in PWG.
Deal. I mean, do you agree with them? Do you? I mean, you used to be the partner of Bayley. Like, who do you got?
Yes, I have, and I'll be the first one to tell you that once you get that first ticket of gold, I've never gotten it back yet, but once I do, I'll let you know. But no, this has been a really good match. There's a lot of blood boiling over, beef. You know what I mean? Past tensions, past relationship, high versus horsewoman. You know, it's a big, built-up heavyweight championship slugfest between OP Lynch and Da Hugger, the role model. You know, but as OP as Becky Lynch is, I can't see the reign of terror, as some people would call it, and I will keep loving from afar. And I picked the meanie Bayley to win.
And again, Travis, I really can't get an opinion on who you want to win from you, but you know, Thor was really coming to his own with Becky. I mean, feuding with him, how's that been?
When I made the Bayley Blockbuster Spectacular, I really didn't know what to expect. Obviously, I did it to be kind of memey and a jerk, but I've gotten quite a good feud out of it. You know, the Hive has always been, I think, the Peyton and Ruby show. But Becky Lynch has been coming onto her own ever since the split. I believe she's benefited the most, and this is her first chance to be a main event caliber face. She's been doing that, actually putting Bayley on her heels, showing a little bit of fear. I've loved it. I've gotten, I think, the best work out of Thor, and this feud really surprised me. Win or lose, I'm really looking forward to it.
Definitely, so am I. I mean, go Hive. I'm not biased.
Who the Hive, they're mean.
Yeah, but going on to the main event of the evening, it's something that me and Color have a lot of pride in. The World Heavyweight Championship on the line. AJ Styles defending his championship against Adam Cole in a 30-minute Iron Man match. The loser stepping down from that World Division for the foreseeable future until that championship gets lost. I'll get your opinion on it last, Color. Veal, I mean, you better speak highly of this match. Who do you got? Who do you got?
This is a feud that seems like it's been going on since the beginning of time. You know, as you quoted him, the graying old pit bull from Georgia gets to take on. This is a quote from myself here: the young, vile, victorious, upstart Chihuahua, Adam Cole. You know, once he gets hold of that championship with his vicious bite, he's not letting it go. And I think it's time for old Allen to ride off into the sunset on his horsey and manage Finn Balor. You know, the era, they're known for a lot of things, winning gold and priority finishers, and I think that's going to show true at the pay-per-view when Adam Cole retains, and I said retains, his world championship, and the never-ending championship tour continues. Back to you in the
Damn,
studio.
he said that. He said AJ never even had the belt.
The disrespect.
Undefeated,
The
never
disrespect.
lost. LeVar Ball in this piece.
I mean, Travis, if you want to touch on, I mean, what does it mean to never, like, if they lose, you cannot challenge for that world championship until the other person loses. Who knows how long that'll be? Like, what does that do to you going into the match?
I mean, this is pretty much last shot, pun intended. I mean, the loser of this match they're pretty much going all in here in the main event. They're two of Revolt's best, seeing who's going to be at the top of the mountain and who's going to fall right back to the bottom. The most decorated champions in Adam Cole, retired Dean Ambrose, beat all of the Shield, had to beat Tommaso Ciampa and retained his championship at Grandstand, and has been dominant ever since. But AJ Styles, a guy who's been a constant since the league started, arguably Mr. Fury when he went over there during the 2K19 cycle, and has continued his incredible reign over onto Revolt. Now, while both these men I don't want to see out of this division, I'd like to see Veal out of this podcast and replace him with Color. Yeah, I'm just giving a plug there. But if I had to pick who's going to win, I've had great matches against the both of you, but I'm giving it to the owner himself. Maybe I get a little paycheck raise. Maybe I finally get paid. I'm going with AJ Styles.
Travis getting a big payday.
I think this is a close matchup. It's going to be a lot of falls, not low scoring, but I'm giving the edge to AJ Styles.
Well, I know who my better friend is.
Tag team specialist and ladder match specialist, yours truly.
And Color, obviously.
Iron Man can take Veal's paycheck for the next 3 weeks.
Oh, perfect. So Color, I'm not going to ask you who you want to win, because obviously we both know you want Adam Cole to win. But, you know, we coming from two people who really like telling stories, I mean, it's been a pleasure working with you as always, even though I had to pull teeth sometimes to get an RP up in time. But
no doubt, man.
You know, what are your thoughts on this feud, on this chapter of AJ?
Well, this is Blockbuster's very own Run It Back special edition with Adam Cole and AJ Styles in a rematch for the title. It was unconventional means how we got there, but I think we did a very good job making it feel fresh with the added stakes.
Definitely.
With not only the match stipulation and an Iron Man match on this great game, which I think we can only do 15 minutes.
Hey man, we know how to count numbers.
Yeah. And with the loser essentially in the mid-card division for the foreseeable future, a place where really neither of them have ever been with their meteoric rises, with Cole going from the Evo and the Fortune cash in. He's never really left the main event scene once he got there. So I think it's gonna be real interesting, and may the best man win. I always enjoy working with you. I wish we could have done it a year or two earlier, and I had some more free time than I do now.
Yeah.
So you have to pull less teeth on getting the RPs out. But nonetheless, it's always a pleasure, and
may the best man win. Yeah.
May the best man on that night win.
Awesome. All right, and with that, we end our podcast on Blockbuster. We ran a little longer than usual. We're actually almost coming up on an hour here. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. We love doing this for you guys. We love making this site for you guys. We love giving you guys this opportunity to be creative. So thank you guys so much for joining along the ride that is Blockbuster and PWG. So good luck to everyone involved. Have fun in your matches. Play clean. Don't be sweaty. We're all watching you. But for myself, Jamerjamez, speaking on behalf of AnyColor, our boss, and our two usuals, Iron Man and Real Deal Veal.
Cool.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we will catch you in the next podcast. Color, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how this works out.
I'll definitely come back, but I like to get some other future guests on there.
1000%.
So if anyone wants to be a part of it and give your input, you read the shows, follow along. Feel free to hit up James, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Sir, yes, sir. But thank you guys so much for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Everyone say